As you approach the Ussher Fort Castle in Accra, Ghana, you cannot help but feel a sense of anticipation and solemnity. The fort has a rich and complex history, serving as a hub for the transatlantic slave trade, a prison, a military barracks, and a police station. Now, stepping inside the fort, you are transported back in time, and the echoes of the past are palpable. As a first-time visitor, I am about to embark on a journey of discovery to learn about the past and the role it played in Ghana's history. Get ready to be immersed in a fascinating and sobering experience that will stay with you long after you leave.
The first European who arrived in Gold Coast was the Portuguese. 1471, they have arrived at the central part of Ghana. Their main purpose was to trade in gold, ivory, timber, cola.
Now, the Ussher Fort Castle was built by the Dutch in the 17th century and later expanded by the British in the 18th century. The fort was named after Jacob Ussher, a former governor of the Dutch Gold Coast.
When the Dutch arrived, they fought against the Portuguese in 1642. They took over the first castle, which was built by the Portuguese in 1482.
The fort played a significant role in the slave trade, serving as a hub for the transatlantic slave trade. Slaves were held in dungeons within the fort before being transported to the Americas. In addition to its role in the slave trade, the fort was also used as a prison and a military barracks. During World War II, the fort was used as a base by the British Army, and in the post-war period, it served as a police station.
So in the year 1993, our late President Rawlings moved the prisoners from here to our main prison here today called Istanbul Prison. During the British era, the British have to make sure that people who committed crime like stealing and assault must learn a trade. After prison, they might get something to do. So the top was my tailoring shop, the down carpentry shop as well. We are entering into a political condemned prison, and then right here you see on the wall was done by the prisoner, not the slave. Slave cannot write, and slave were not kept here.
Yes, and we are entering this area for political.
So me moda, ao me jae, 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 so me.
Before execution of the prisoners, the prison officers oftenly asked the prisoners if they had anything to write on the walls, and these were some of the things the prisoners wrote. This was where the prisoners took their shower. And according to our tour guide, it was called the No Privacy Bathhouse. And you can clearly see the pipe holes that were used by the prisoners. Next to the No Privacy Bathhouse was an open space toilet. This toilet had no individual cubicles for users to use in privacy. Instead, toilet seats were placed side by side. This was a place of worship for the Christian governors, and right next to it was a place of worship for the Muslims. This was the condemned cells for prisoners, local citizens that committed atrocities like murder. And on these shackles was where they were tied onto until their execution was signed. According to history, the prisoners preferred being out of the cells in order to get sunlight. But once they were out, they were still tied onto the shackles we see.
In 1850, the first earthquake that hit Gold Coast along the coastal areas. So this particular fort, part of it was collapsed. So we cannot see the slave garden today. The Dutch used rock to build their fort. And so this fort is still stronger than the British fort. The British used concrete and steel. And this is the sea. And then the sea breeze affects the metal to rust or to corrode. Yeah.
As you can see, some incredible art piece here. Yeah.
and electric prison is a very high voltage. This
This is an execution room.
A timber bound across the street with a full shackles and unshackled. You stand on the wall. And then you will see there's a pattern of iron that got rusted and removed. You can see it.
Execution room.
And gallows will be tied on it. And then once they wear the gallows for the condemned prisoner, they will remove the board under him. Then he begin to wrestle with the rope. Then the spirit that lives in a man, once he stops, it means the person is dead. Death by hanging, many people urinate, poo around themselves. So after that, they will fetch water in this meat, put them into the water, prepare them for burial. They execute condemned prisoners over here 444 at a time. Anytime they are going to execute or kill condemned prisoners, 4 at a go. Then next to this place is a casket office where they put the coffin. They train prisoners to learn carpentry. So anytime they are going to kill the condemned prisoners, they make sure they prepare a casket for them. Then right away from here to Ussher Cemetery for mass burial. A mass burial was where they dug a very big hole and dumped everybody in.
Challenge, this one is so much challenge. Another challenge, another challenge, another challenge. This one is so much challenge.
We are heading towards the Dutch fort. Remember, history is about sharing. History is not to go and hate or to fight anybody. History is all about for us to learn from the mistakes that our ancestors did so many years ago so that we can correct the future.
Currently, we are headed to the museum to check out a few items from the slave ships that have been displayed.
Fridge was not discovered 500 years ago in Africa. We use vessel for keeping drinking water, also made from clay.
Das war sowas wie ein Kühlschrank, das Wasser.
This is a basket made from palm branches. So market women carry it on the head to farm and also market when they are done, they bring food stuff also as well. What? Our ancestors were relying on herbal medicine for survival. Anytime they're sick, there's no hospital. So this was the bark of a tree called mahogany and precursor. Mahogany, anybody that lack appetite or fever, malaria, they'll cut it, put it into the pots, use calabash, yeah, fresh water, and then add it. Once it boils, then they pour it for drinking, and it cures malaria, fever, and a lot. You can also cut it and put it in an alcoholic beverage as a bitters. Then if you lack appetite, you don't feel like to eat. Then once you take the bitters, you eat well.
What's the name?
Precursor and mahogany. Precursor and mahogany. So this one, anybody who is suffering from sugar or high blood pressure, they can prepares as a tea. Prepares as a tea.
Now I
Then
do
black honey sugar and drink.
it. If I be when I go on.
Normal. This was what they will rely on. And if you want to prepare your meal, rice, you want to prepare soup, you can put it in or stew for eating.
Like when you go to the market and get something.
Am willst du was mit nach Deutschland?
This is this. We talk about the local xylophone. They display it for music. And this is a traditional symbol called Jenyame or Adinka symbol. And this one is a traditional symbol. As I said, Ghana, we have 3 types of religion. We talk about Christian, Islamic, and then traditional religion. So this one, traditional symbol telling you that the smaller gods, only God, and it's a smaller God. And this one is for those who from a traditional market. So when you go to our local market, you see it printed in our clothes.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Oh, some of the local game called Owari. This game is very nice. If you don't have one, you have one. We display to release stress. That is the meaning of this game. But when the European came, they decided to display it as a gambling. The one who won more seat is going to buy slave, more slave from his fort. That is their understanding. So you can see this one, the traditional authorities or leaders' palace. They sit on it once address people.
Was für people?
Yeah.
Die Chefs, also so.
The raw material, they have to ship it to the Europeans. Why? The Europeans are industrialized. They'll process it to manufacture goods, bring it back to Africa for sale to us. For example, sugar cane to sugar. So all the sugar we are enjoying in Ghana is from Europe. People seeing themselves in the mirror was amazing. They haven't seen mirror before. So they have to fetch water in a calabash, see themselves through the water before pouring the head. So when the European went to Europe, it was a magic. I got to tell her a credit card, a credit scheme. Oh, you borrow money from me, I want my money. I want my gun. I want my cutlass. I cannot find your cutlass, I lost it. But I have 20 children. Let me sell 3 to the Europeans so that they can give me gun and I will pay you back with the gun.
The Fredensburg is the only slave ship that has been carefully studied within an ethical archaeological framework and presented publicly to this date. Now, this project lasted for decades, beginning with the discovery of the slave ships, and through the archaeological excavations, these were some of the items they found. Most of the items found were corroded. As a result, these are not the original items being displayed. However, the ivory is the original ivory that was found on the Fredensburg slave ship.
you cut, assuming you are buying 20 slaves, you cut one slave, put the stamp into his blood or her blood, and then give equal to the one who owns it. That you bought 20 slaves from Fort Covington. And they call it peace and love. It is not peace and love.
So this is actually a stamp they used on the slaves. So once you purchase a slave, they cut the slave and then stamps the blood on the sheets for the slave buyer. And this is the original stamp that was used for the slaves. As you can see.
After signing the pen of 1844, it came by this black man called John Butler. These guys stood out. They were still buying the slaves secretly. So they don't want to see the blacks together. So how can a man come out to the streets? You can't come out. Always they are hidden in their house, their room. This black man came out with a shell. Once you hear the sound, it means let's come for war and protest against the slave trade.
So these are the shells.
So once you hear the call, you give a donation that everybody can let's fight. Brought by the Beans or the Denmarks in 1784. So say until the lion has an historian, the hunter will always be a hero. In this slave dungeon, it contained 200 slaves. This small space, why? They wanted to select the best or the strongest who can go and work in America. So those who are weak, they will now push them away and let take the ones who are surviving. Well, this is the second oldest fort so far, Fort St. Anthony, built by the Portuguese in 1515, 507 years old. It is still there in the western part of Ghana.
Thank you for watching my video on the significance and history of the Ussher Fort Prisons. I hope you find time to visit in person. Please like and subscribe for more informative and educative content like this.